What up? It's your boy MJB, and we are remixing Liquidator today. Yep, it's the time to remix Liquidator because I didn't like the single after it got compressed on YouTube. Yeah, I kind of know why. Also, I've been wondering about doing an extended mix of it. So I've kind of got to go back to scratch a bit. But also I've actually sort of worked out how to use this software a little bit better so that I can also show you some of the other things that I'm doing, hopefully. All right, so let's see what we got. We start with, while I'm doing this, I might also just go ahead and check YouTube to make sure that this thing is working. Because, why not? According to this, my channel is streaming. Oh, look, there it is. Yay. Okay. So let's go through this from the start. Make sure that I've got the correct page plugged in. And now, all right. So the drumming was recorded by Teo in the studio at Everland with Ben. So even though it looks super, super even, this is not a drum loop, I don't think. Maybe it is a drum loop. Wasn't this recorded? No, this was recorded by Teo. We call him the machine because he really is very, very accurate. All right, let's just hear his drums. Now, I don't necessarily want to change this song. The problem that I have is some of the middle frequencies all kind of got compressed together. It was fine as an MP3 or a WAV, but by the time it wound up on YouTube, it got compressed again, and I didn't like it. So now that I know that YouTube will do it, considering I'm trying to make a video for it, I figured I'd remix it. And then I started thinking, ooh, what if I extended it? So I'll show you what I mean by that, but first let's just have a listen to the parts. Here is Teo's drumming. This is Teo. I was wrong before. Anyway, here we go. This is cool. Turn this up, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so because I am a neophyte as a mixer, and neophyte-ish. There's Dave coughing in the background. All right, I've divided this stuff up. I've kept Teo's drums at the top level, and then let's start introducing bits piece by piece. Now, the thing for me was, there's a lot of good stuff here, but you can't have everything at once. So let's just have a look at the bass, which was a combo of Ben and Paul. Here we go. So let's just listen to the bass by itself. Now I'm going to turn the music up so hopefully you can hear that, and I might have to pause every now and again to actually say something. I'm still kind of working out. This isn't usually the software that I use for streaming. Oh, it's probably way too loud. Let's see what happens now. Here we go. Let's have a listen to the bass. Okay, so let's put that together with the drums. Now, the actual problem that I think I have is the rhythm guitar from Paul Serrani, which I love, but it's got this, it's got a level of mid frequencies, I think, which by the time you put everything together, it's just there's too much in the sandwich, and the sandwich doesn't hold. All right, so let's put the drums together. So let's solo the drums, and let's solo the bass, and let's see what we get. Now, since the single, I've also already adjusted this one, and So I can't really show you. I can. I can use this new funky tool I've got. Hang on. Let's change over to... Oh. I've had the image on this whole time. That's funny as hell. All right. There's display capture 1. And there is display capture 2. All right. There it is. So that's my OBS thing. So these are the things I wasn't able to show before, which are the individual little robot functions that Neutron and the rest of them have. So this is what's allowing me to do a better job than I know how to do, because a lot of this stuff is now pre-programmed. So there is some freedom, but also if you don't know how to use the tools, they're not particularly handy to you. So what I've already done with the base in this particular instance is I have already tried, I've used the mud removal. I'm trying to get rid of unwanted frequencies, but I still needed to try to keep this as raw as possible. So let's put the drums and the bass in. Okay, so this is the other half of Reaper. Once again, I think this is a tremendous piece of software. Yeah, this is the mixing stuff. These are the little sort of effect things on each of the channels as you go into them. And now I'll transfer back across to the main screen. Yep. Okay, so I don't think I really want to play with a bass at this point beyond showing that I've started trying to remove some mud from it. What I actually want to do is I just want to get rid of some of the mud in the mids, the mid frequencies, but I also don't want to rob it of its overall appeal. So before I started working on this, I already started having a play with some of the vocal effects that I used on it. Mr. Wizard was a little bit concerned about some of the vocal effects I'd used, and I think he might have been right. So let's just have a listen to the vocals. Turn everything on. Gas mask noises, God bless it. All right, now. And the oohs and ahs. All right, so I'll get rid of the bass. And let's just hear drums and vocals together.
I won't let you live it down. I won't let you let it be. Born upon a raft of bones. Through me now you hear them speak. Broken games for broken toys. Broken dreams for broken things. A caravan.
Yeah, all things considered, it's, you know, they're okay together. I had a radio effect on the vocals, and still have it. And I've reinforced them in a couple of places. So let's have a listen to it when I add the reinforcement. And we'll get rid of the drums.
Standing in the dark shit with a flower in my hand. You can give away gifts, become the leader of your band. In all your years of living, brown enough to not be seen.
All right, let's put the drums back in.
Standing in the dark shit with a flower in my hand.
Okay, so the vocals are over the top of the drums, which is pretty much all right. The drums are EQ'd at 0. Well, not EQ'd, but the level is 0 on the dial here. So, okay. You see, I think I might have accidentally fixed what I intended to fix by getting rid of some of the effects I've already put on the vocals. So this might be a short session, although I am really interested in extending it, but that's a messy process, and I'm not sure I'm going to show it. Because if I get rid of the vocals and I just put in some of the other instrumentation, so I guess for the sake of this process, let's have a listen to the other elements that are in there. Okay, let's try to shrink all this stuff down. So here's what I think is my problem child. And I already, I think, made a couple of minor changes to this. And this is the excellent rhythm guitar from Paul Serrani. The problem is it's a really dominant part. because it's got a lot of fuzz on it. So let's have a listen. Oh, I must have got something silenced there. Okay, there we go. I mean, that's great. Now, see what happens when I whack in the drums. You see, the part's great, but it's just got a certain amount of fuzz on it. And I think that's what's happened when it's being recompressed by YouTube after it's been mastered and done here. I think it's just squishing it down so much. The destination media matters, so it's okay for me to remix this. All right, let me have a look. All right, so that's our rhythm guitar, which I think is my problem child. So let's turn all of that off, shrink it down, listen to the other parts. Which bits? Oh, that's it, part of his rhythm. So this is his second riff. Okay, let's get rid of the drums. Okay, that's really, really low, and it's hard panned to the right. Now, according to, it's interesting, that's the rhythm guitar that I'm looking at there. So what I actually want is I want that riff there. Okay, I've got that minus 19 dB, so I'm going to bring that up. Let's just bring that up to... Why is there a crunchy thing in there? Is there an artifact? Okay, so there's some sort of thing in here. Okay. Let's turn the snapping off. Yeah, some sort of crackle or something. All right, let's get rid of that and see what we get. I mean, this is meant to be kind of rough and raw, but I can't use that. That's not right. I don't know how I missed that. There's all sorts of crackling crap in that. What the heck is in that? All right, let's have a look. Now you ought to be able to see this because this is on screen capture. So I've got, that was the tuner. So I've got a console operating. I've got a EQ on it. Crunchy electric. So let's turn all this stuff off and see if it's something brought on by something I've done. Oh no, it's in there. There's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with this phrase. Ooh. All right, let's turn the effects back on. Okay. Okay, let's not turn that effect on. What the heck is that? All right, let's see if we can fix this. Let's see if I can add a decrackle. All plugins. Decrackle. So it will be decrackle. Okay. See what we can get through this. And we'll put this high up in the chain. We'll put this right at the top of the chain. Eventually. Okay, there it is. You've got to go to the top. I think it's something in the recording. So we're going to try to turn this into remove loud crackle. Here we go. Let's see what that does. That firstly didn't do it. Maybe I need to train it on. Okay, all right. Let's try. If that one didn't work, so decrackle didn't work. Let's try. Okay, so I think we need to go to. Isotope. Let's get rid of that. Let's have a look at what tools they've got for fixing. They've got repair assistant. Maybe I think there's a guitar denoise. Let's see if that'll fix it. I have a suspicion that we're going to have to either re-record that part or ditch it. Considering I had it down so low, is it really going to matter that much? And I wonder if that's why I had it so low, because it had crackles in it. Let's have a listen. Okay, so guitar denoise, nah. It's not squeaks. Oh, I'll try heavy squeak reduction, see what it does. No, that's not going to do it, even if I trained it. Okay, let's try the training. Let's never say never. Oh. So here is the crackle. I think you can actually see, if you zoom right in on the waveform, you can see that some of these things are not like the others. I think that is the crackle, this bit here. Now, if I cut it off, you'll be able to tell. No, it's still in there. All right, let's try learn. Let's see if that'll do it. Nope. Okay, now this is a very rational triage. So therefore, because I've already saved this as and I'll hit save now again, just to be on the absolute safe side. I will check to see. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I've saved this, which means I've got a way back, but I'm actually going to delete that riff altogether. Because that's just not good. Now let's check that. The riff B, if it's all the same, then that whole thing's going to go. Okay, so now obviously I've panned that left. No, it's still got the same stuff in it. Okay. Okay. Alright, that's gone. That's pretty brutal, but that's why it's remixing. Okay, we're going to get rid of what. Hang on, before I delete that, let's just see if there's anything else on that track. No. Alright. So, there was an element in there that did not work. The good thing about having multiple versions is I can completely scrub this and go back to the start if I want to. So let's try. Let's see what this part sounds like. There's a lot of artifacting in this, so I might actually clean this up just a little bit. But when I was originally mixing this, I was trying not to. What is the command? Alt D. I was trying not to over-engineer it, so to speak. Because this was inspired from some stuff that I heard So there's a little glitch, there's a little ding click at the end of every phrase here. Right, this is the less than sexy part of doing this job. It's like top and tailing beans for you cooks out there. Now there is a split command which I can't quite remember, but frankly this isn't a long part, so actually I will use that. That's not it. Using the help thing, key bindings. In fact, actually, I'll just Google it. What is the dynamic split option for Reaper? Dynamic split Reaper. Why won't they ever just give it to you as a piece of text? I do not want to watch a video. God bless, they're doing it again. Okay. I'll just have to type in a better request Reaper command. What is the shortcut for dynamic split? That's the one I want, thank you. And instead, a video. My goodness me, just the keyboard command will do fine, please. Oh my stars. Ay. Okay, shift. Okay, next. Wow. S, there we go. Shift S. No, let's try S. It's funny what happens here. Is it Alt S? No. These two trials. Control S. Alt S. Alright, that is not doing it. And I don't really want to work it out now, so I'm just going to do it manually. One of the things that drives me nuts about trying to get help from YouTube sometimes is the fact that they simply won't let you, or not YouTube, but just give me the command. Don't give me a video and then ask me to like and subscribe, for the love of Mike. Alright. Yeah, I believe they term it app fatigue. Okay, we're going to group these things so I don't have to keep moving between them. Alright. Now with any luck. So I'm getting rid of all the sort of artifacty silence between the things as well. So there'll be incidental guitar noises and so forth. Alright, that's more or less done. And after a while, when you're looking at the waveform, you can sort of see the little peaks from the glitchy noises. And sometimes you want those. And in this particular case, I didn't pull out the breath noises of the vocals. If you listen to something like Hurts With Every Heartbeat by Robin and Clear Up, and they specifically leave the breaths in on the vocals, it sounds great. So you don't want to clean everything up, as Mr. Wizard calls it, Pro Toolsing the life out of things. Little glitch there, little click there. All right, so let's have a listen to it as we... Now, theoretically, if I was trying to do this in a perfectionist manner, what I would actually do is I would duck the end of each phrase slightly rather than just clipping it. But I'm not trying to be that precise on this one. That's a pretty hard one. That one's harsh, so we'll just pull that back a bit. Alright, so that'll do for the cleanup. So I'm not going to try to make all of that perfect, but that gives me what that part's like. Let's go and have a listen to the bass part by itself now. Okay, well, that's feels to me like that's a little low. Let's put that in conjunction with the drums, see what it sounds like. Yeah, it feels a bit low to me, so let's find out what I've done to it. Over on the... See, I can bring this across here, can I? There we go. So presently, we're at... He's 1.6 down. This is 0 him. Now at the moment, the drums are at 0, he's at 0, so let's see what we get now. Alright, let's have a look at the effects I put on there. The other day I put on a clarity function, and let's take that off. No, and it's a sub-project as well, which means it's made up of more than one element, so... For right now, it just doesn't feel loud enough. I could regret doing this, but let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Okay, what are we at? We're at 0, let's bump it up. Now, mind you, I am also listening on headphones, which means the headphones have a much lower bass response frequency, so I might actually not do that. I might regret doing that. I thought I was a little bit suspect, but we'll give it a bit of a bump. I like the bass. Alright, so now let's have a listen to the guitars. I love this part. I got to tell you, this Paul Serrani was really onto this one. Okay, let's open up all these channels. So you can see it's marked as Paul wrong way, because what happened was when he originally put it on there, I thought, oh, this is just too dominating. And then I thought, I think I like this better than the idea that was there originally. All right, here we go. Let's have a listen to what he's got. So, you put those all together, I think. Let's have a look. Now, I am showing an overload here on, how much is my overload by? Let's have a look. So you can see 3.2, so that is loud, which means I've got something limiting it there and I've got too much stuff going on. That's alright. This might be one of the reasons I've got this might be one of the reasons it's not quite working. I'm not sure whether I want to. Yeah, alright, well, this is a bit risky, but what the heck. Yeah, it's too much. Why do I have 4 channels of it? I've got. Must be because I panned it in different areas. Alright, so let's not try to get too crazy. We'll get rid of all of that. We'll see what the heck is this thing here. Nothing. Okay, the rest of this looks like it's all sound effects. Alright, so let's get rid of all the stuff. Now, we'll put it all together and see what we have. Actually lift that so I can hear it at full blast, so watch out. I'm just going to adjust my output levels here because this might get loud for a moment, so I'll take that down here. Here we go. This is what's bugging me. It's not crisp enough. Now, I've made it in 2 parts here. I think I might have tried to address this in the first mix, in the single mix. Alright, let's have a listen to the individual bits. It's too damn fuzzy. Okay, let's have a look at the effects that I've got on this, because that ain't doing it. It's got a bass effect on it. Alright, let's try something different. There we go, let's try this. There it is. You can hear it. Oh, let's try it a little bit further in it. The part's right, it's just way too fuzzy. It's like super fuzzy. There. I think that's what's making it messy in the center. What functions have we got that I can... Distorted guitar cleanup. Ah, look, the robot's got a function. Cool, let's find out. Here we go. See if this works. Well, it kind of does. Sort of. Ish. Did that even stay on there? I think I might have just managed to... Oh no, I used neutral to do it. Okay, that's right. Distorted guitar cleanup. Okay, that's with. Let's try without. Oh man, that's as fuzzy as a wet sock. Okay, well there's your culprit right there. Okay, so what can I do about this? I could get Paul to re-record the part, but that seems like a nuisance, and if we were going to a studio, we wouldn't do it. So let's see if we've got any of the guitar... no, not D noise. D verb. Let's see if we can do something with that. Is there a preset? Okay, let's see what we get. And we'll move it up in the chain so we can see if we can actually fix that. Because the thing is that he's added the effect during his recording process, so that's coming out of his amp. No, it's just too dang fuzzy. Alright, well let's try doing something horrible and let's leave it out of the mix altogether. Let's try putting it back in. My guess is the messiness will return. In context, it's not so bad. The thing is, I think it could have been between the vocals, the effect that I had on the vocals, and that, I think, just made it all very muddy. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to sit there and fiddle with the EQ on that one for a little while, but let's try something with Paul singing here. Let's see if we can change the EQing on this to lift the high end. So let's just turn that into, for a start, using these functions here, let's just do clear and present. I doubt that's going to change too much, but let's see. I think that one's running too hot, so let's just go and bring that down. Yeah, that is running too hot. It's distorting. Okay. Oh man, no, this is just not going well at all. You see, this is where somebody like AJ would know exactly what to do, whereas with me, I'm pushing buttons and hoping for the best here. Let's try something here, which not necessarily a brilliant idea, but put that back to 0. So I've added it. What I've done is I've duplicated it, and now what I'm going to try doing is I'm going to try filtering it again. Okay, let's get rid of the D noise or the D verba. Let's put that up to, so what I'm now doing is I'm going to go through some of the settings and see if I can add in some of the higher frequencies. So we'll start with that. Silk top, okay. And then what we might try and do is we might try and do clarity. We might see if we can lift the high end a little. Yeah, let's try mud removal again. There we go. Yeah. And we'll put that up before the reverb. Alright, let's see if that makes a difference. actually it did make a difference. That actually kind of worked. I can now actually hear the top notes. All right, well, let's now see what happens when we put it in context. All right, here we go. Okay. I still feel like I want to have that part cleaner than I've got it, but it's not something I really have the option to do. As a mixer, not so much. As a producer, yes, I can call Paul up and say, bro, I want you to do this part again, but cleanly. Meanwhile, though, what I might actually try doing is I'm going to try bumping the bass a lot. I mean, I could be completely destroying everything that's good about this song in the process of doing this, but let's see what happens when I give it a big bump. No, not doing anything there useful other than overloading the channel, so let's take that back down. Alright, let's try this. Okay, so we've taken some of the mud out of Paul's guitar. I've taken some of the additional edgy crap off the vocals because I had all sorts of, filter silly things. So theoretically, it's cleaner. I've cut out some bits of plink, plonk, and so really, is there too much more to do this before I start to blow it up? And really, the stage that I'm at now is I would do a full export. Now, I've also changed the mastering filters, so I'll bring this across to the screen so I can show you what I'm doing with the ozone stuff. So hopefully this will show up. Come on, darling. Here we go. Click, re-click. So I'm running through. Now this is the top-down mixing strategy recommended to me by my online buddy. So I'm presently using let's put it to EDM. Ooh. What this basically is you're using the final output EQ, so you know roughly what you're going to get on the way out, and then you mix against that. It's different. We used to do everything, and then you hand it to the master, and the master hands it back to you. The idea of top-down mixing is that you're going to hear what you would get if the master was giving it to you, which means that you can then mix to hit your final output. And I kind of failed a little on that because when I sent it to YouTube and they recompressed my already compressed stuff, it didn't sound the way that I wanted it to sound. It sounds okay as an MP3. This is the single mix. So today I'm attempting to get rid of some of that mud, and maybe what I'm doing here is also part of it with the changing of the mastering filter. So let's have a listen to the difference between that on the rock and the EDM. So here it is under the rock setting, which is a bit different on the bottoms and a bit higher in these bits over here. All right, let's try this. You see what I mean? It's like that. Okay, let's try this. I'm not sure I'm going to like this either. Yeah, okay, let's just listen to it. Let's listen to the rhythm guitar by itself and have a look at what the frequencies do. Alright, let's try something interesting. This is not strictly the way to use this program, but what I might do is, if the problem child that I have is this frequency, why don't I try using the relearn function on this? Alright, here we go. Okay, I've got an idea. Let's put this onto Paul's, the master channel. Let's not muck with that. We'll leave that on the previous setting on the master channel at the master end. And now on his sub bus, let's try this. I'll move my mic again. Bugger me, that actually worked. Alright, let's try it. Now, they've got these presets here, and this is all... I gotta tell you, we are living in an age of wonders. Really. Okay, let me try it on this. That's actually much cleaner. Okay. Well, once again, accidentally pushing buttons may have done us some good, because I'm going to remind you by using a graphic here that, look, we are remixing this thing. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Woo! Okay, now. All right, let's put it together, and then after this, I think I'm going to do an export and see how it goes, because I think if I try to get any trickier with this, I'm going to regret it. As our good friend Jeff Columbus said, make the next one better. Don't try to always go back and fix the last stuff. Like, I'm talking to you, George Lucas. Hand shot first, mate. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah! That's it. All right.
I won't let you live it down. I won't let you live.
In fact, I need to turn that down slightly. All right. Well, I accidentally used the robots to good effect. I'm now going to turn it down a little bit. Okay, I did not expect that to work quite the way that it did, but I'm glad it did. Well, there you go, folks. I'll let it play through, and I think then, well, at least part of it anyway, and then I think it'll be on to a mix for me, and then a couple of returns to it, and it'll conclude our remixing liquidator session for today. Thank you for joining us. Me, it, us.
I won't let you live it down. I won't let you let it
detected a few more problems in there. The vocals have been ducked at some point, and there's something in there that isn't meant to be in there. All right, well, I'm going to remix this. If you remember the Patreon, you'll actually be able to hear it because I'll pop one up when I get a chance. In the interim, thank you for joining us in Adventures in Stereo.